Hi, my name is Advanced Warfare, and today I am telling you a creepypasta. And I haven't done one of these in a while, and I haven't done a video in a while. I'm sorry, but yeah, here we go. So it all started when I was in 7th grade. Me, Jeremy, Nick, and the new girl Ashley were all really stupid. The new girl Ashley just came in about I say nearly 2 weeks she was in the school. And being the 7 stupid boys we were, me and Nick started trying to fight over her because she was a really sexy hot girl and we really both liked her. And stupid people we were, in between 2nd period and 3rd period, right after lunch, we freaking went in the hallway, started having a aforementioned argument. And hey, both received detention, but it was all his fault. And he costed me my life. Almost. His life was ruined. So he threw the first punch. I backed off. He threw the second punch. He tripped me. I went face forward to the ground. Started bleeding through my nose. And people crowded around us, started cheering, fight, fight. And then the principal came out, sent me, Nick, and Ashley to detention. Well, Ashley wasn't a part of that situation, but she got detention for an unknown reason. And of course, who the damn freaking teacher or the person that was running detention that day was the psycho, ugly, old, crusty, wrinkled Mrs. Robinson, who was the lunch lady. And we were supposed to be there for about 10 hours on a Saturday, just doing paperwork. So she came in the room, and she was like, she said, I'm in a bad mood today. You guys are going to do these papers, and I'm going to go in the kitchen and serve me a delicious meal. Your meal will be in an hour. So sit back, relax, it'll be a while. If I hear a peep, I'm getting the wrench. And then she slammed the door, and I took a very high chance of saying something, and I told Nick, what does she mean by a wrench? I don't know, and I don't care. He was just really mad about that because he had plans. Because he got this new friend on the Xbox, so he had plans to play with him, like Call of Duty or something. So I told Nick, Nick, and Ashley were like, hey, let's try to see what Nick was like. Hey, Justin. I was like, what? And then he said, I think we could sneak out of here. And I was like, I don't want to take the chance. I don't want to be any part of that wrench or whatever she said. And so he said, all y'all are just being a bunch of, block that word. And he said, let's see who goes. So Nick got a piece of paper, ripped it into 3 pieces. He wrote Justin on one, his name on one, and then Ashley on one. And he put it in one of my hats. He asked me for my hat. I said, why? He told me. I gave him my hat, and he put the 3 things, and he shuffled it, and he picked one. And he was like, Ashley is a new girl. And then she was like, what is this all about? And then I was like, we were going to see if the coast we were going to shuffle all of our names in a hat to see who's going to go outside and check if the coast is clear or not. And of course, she was like, no way, I am not getting trembled with a wrench. And so, Nick, being stupid, he said, shut up, you bunch of, and I'll just go do it. And he went outside, And he went down the short hallway, which seemed forever. Forever, 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 ever, forever, ever. No, and he we finally looked through the peephole, and we seen him signaling us there. So we both went quietly, tiptoed to Nick, and me and Ashley went one way, Nick went the other. And Nick told me right before he left, there's only one way out, the back doors. And I was like, dude, that's right by the cafeteria. That's where she's at. And so, and then we finally reached the back doors. And then the scariest noise I'll never forget. We heard over the overhead speakers. There will be no consequences. Wait, my bad. And so Nick and Ashley went one way and I went the other. I went into this room and hid. And then Nick and Ashley, and as I was walking down the hallway, I heard Ashley scream, and I heard the lunch lady say, "Gotcha." And then I heard her just yelp. And so I went into a room and hid under the teacher's desk table. And then Nick came to me. But right not quarter split second that he opened the door, I heard, "There will be no consequences unless you return to room 1079. Your friend Ashley's waiting there for you." And we didn't think much of it. We just thought she was playing with us. She's gonna freaking tremble us with a wrench. So we went out of the room and we headed to the back doors. And then as soon as we got to the end of the last hallway to the back doors, we seen them. And then we knew it was right next to the cafeteria. And we just tiptoe, ran, duck on our knees there. And then we seen they were chained. And then we looked behind us. And we saw the lunch lady with Ashley in her hand. She was basically dead with blood in her. So I vomited and passed out. And corner of my eye, I seen her. And as Jeremy was yanking and pulling on the door, trying to yank the chains off, and I looked up, and he got trembled with the wrench. She got the wrench. She just went bam right on his head, and she just kept hitting him, hitting him, hitting him. And then I didn't wake up, and I woke up in the middle of the cafeteria, and I heard noise from the kitchen area, and I heard her, and she came out, and she had a plate. She walked past me and put a plate on the table with something covered over it. And then I was all tied up in the chair, and it was so tight. So I didn't even dare try to move out. So I woke up, and I seen her. She was pushing my chair towards the plate, and she was like, "You had your rest now. It's time to eat. I served you a delicious meal. Now you eat." And then I didn't want to see what was under there. So she opened it, and then she said, "Open, unless you get trembled with a wrench." She lifted the wrench up, and then I looked, and cooked fingers, toes, and the worst part, there was a cooked heart. I just let out "Oh my God." She said, "Eat or you die." And I was like, "But I can't." And I started sobbing and crying. She was like, "Eat now." I was like, "I can't." She lifted up, last chance, and I picked up the cooked finger and almost threw up. And I took a bite, and another bite, and another. And then she said, "Good, now it's my turn." And then she lifted the wrench up one more time, and I closed my eyes. Yeah. Bye, guys.